He's given up 5 runs in this inning alone, and you have to wonder how long the manager's going to stay with him. Not long, I would bet.
Ladies and gentlemen,
now the National skipper's up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And we're going to see a pitching change as that's going to do it for his starter here tonight. So as he leaves, I would imagine these fans would not be much pleased with his performance here this evening, as he certainly was not sharp. With runners in scoring position this season, Alonso is holding on to a batting average way down in the 210s.
This is the classic case of the modern day ball player right there. You can have the batting average if your OPS is north of 800.
A bouncer up the middle. Kendrick's got it. He'll go to the bag for one. Back to first, so they get the double play, but the run does come in to score. So base is empty now after the double play. And at the plate will be the speedy outfielder, Aaron Judge. Line, but speared on a hop. On to first, and it's in time as they're fighting. So here's Starlin Castro. He starts the inning, and Dan, they're down 6 in the early going. So what do they need to do to claw back into this thing?
Well, first of all, Matt, I think they need to start to get some base runners. It's hard to be patient when you're down by 6, but base runners are the key to getting back into this one.
And he falls behind 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. This is on the ground over to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Now back.
Striding into the box, Howie Kendrick. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Hit pretty well out to deep left field. And he will run this one down. A good read off the bat for the second out. Ready for another chance? Eric Thames. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. First pitch is a slider called for a strike. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors so far for the Nationals. 1-1.
That's not an easy pitch to do anything with, right? 96 miles an hour in on the hands. You almost have to be looking for that pitch to be able to do anything with that.
On the ground to third. And no chance on the throw here as he reaches first easily.
Hey, that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody's getting it right out of the chute from step 1, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating executing a pitch and there's an infield knock.
It is, D-Roy, and you can read that right off the bat as a pitcher. You can read the angle, and you know that that ball is going to be hit on the ground, and you're thinking deep down inside, okay, there's a quick out, and it just wasn't meant to be.
Throw in time, and the side is retired. 1 left for. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Matt, during the commercial break, I had a chance to catch up with manager Don Mattingly about the Marlins' offensive production. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said it was clear his guys were locked into their at-bats from the very first pitch. And that's something they emphasized in the pregame meetings. He's happy they got the message, as now they've gotten into the bullpen. And they put up some solid run production in the early part of this game.
Thank you, Heidi. All ready to go in the top of the 5th. And next to hit is the catcher, Gary Sanchez. And he'll just fight this one off as it's chopped foul. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. And a nice job to get the ball in quickly. He'll be held to a single here with nobody out.
First game of a new series, and he's already sitting on 3 knocks right now. The pitching staff might have
2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. Hit the other way out toward right field. Long run for the right fielder. He gets there and makes the play for the first out. Ready once again, Brandon Lau. It was an RBI single for him in his last plate appearance.
Yeah, guys, everyone knows he's been slumping. Dan, you can certainly attest to this. Only a mass.
And the throw is in time to get him to return. And back in our nation's capital, before we get too much further on the field, let's check in with Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Nationals manager Dave Martinez between innings, specifically about his club's offense to this point. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said their pitch selection has been the main reason for their struggles today, as far too often they've been swinging at pitches outside the strike zone. That's leading to a lot of soft contact and easy outs. So the focus going forward is on shrinking the zone and forcing the opposing pitching to throw more strikes.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. The 0-2 home. Sent on the ground out to second. Scooped up. Throw on to first in time. One away.
The first baseman, number 10.
Now batting, Yan Gomes. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Well, now the skipper decides to bring the corners in here. Let's see if it pays off. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Line toward the alley in left center. And that'll split the gap, as it should be extra bases. And this will find the wall out near the visitors' bullpen. And he is in at second base with a one-out double.
Boy, after that base knock right there, D-Road, he extends his hitting streak to 7 games.
Yeah, and you can tell he's made some necessary adjustments at the plate. Anytime you're getting a knock every day of the week, you're doing things right. He's keeping that front shoulder tucked, staying inside the ball, not trying to do too much.
Cordero with a little do-it-yourself play, and there are 2 down. As Dribble Cabrera will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 13.
Hit hard to the right side. Foul. Looking at his career totals, Cabrera carries a batting line a little over the 260 mark. Well, the shortstop's got him played perfectly as he takes this in for the 3rd out. Nationals leave 1. They won't make a dent in a 6-0 deficit. Austin Voth gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. Brian De La Cruz will grab a bat and lead things off here in the top of the 6th.